Hey you, you're finally awake. Didn't think you were going to make it. Easy now. Too much movement and they'll send you to the fields for a hard day's work. Do you remember how you got here? Figures. The fire giants raided your village for more slaves. They seemed angry when they got back. I'm guessing a good number of you got away. Makes it all the worse for you, I suppose. Come on, I'll show you around. You step outside to a normal-looking human village, with the exception of massive fire-haired giants overseeing groups of people working frantically to avoid the ire of their captors. Once you've healed, they'll most likely have you doing farm work, unless you've got some skills with arithmetic or scribing, in which case you'll probably get taken closer to Iron Slag. Just take my advice. Work hard if you're a farmer, or work diligently if you're going elsewhere. If you don't, you'll get sent to the mines. No one comes back from the mines.
Healer, there's a group of slaves waiting for you in the pens.
Overwork them again?
I've crushed slaves for significantly less disrespect.
Gru can't hurt me, or she would've. You, however, need to prove you're useful before you can safely backtalk any giants here.
Healer!
Yes, Gru. I'm going.
You, come here. What skills do you have? Quickly, I don't have all day. You can speak, read, and write common. You'll report to the scribe's quarters each morning for detail. Serve well, or I'll send you to the mines. Understood? Good. Get out of my sight.
The next few days are exceptionally boring, other than occasionally dodging past a giant's careless footstep. On the plus side, being cooped up all day as a scribe has afforded you some nighttime walk privileges, provided you not leave the village boundaries. Not that you would, with the fire giants and hellhounds guarding the perimeter, though one night while out on a stroll.
You need to behave more subtly. I can only make excuses for your insubordination for so long.
I'm the only healer here. There's nothing they want to do to me so long as I toe the line.
You fail to understand my people. You raise your head in defiance, but you do not see your neck on the executioner's block.
Is that a threat, Gru?
It is a warning from one who has taken great pains to keep you alive.
Aww. Are you beginning to care for something otherwise insignificant to your great ordning?
Is it not obvious?
I'm sorry, Gru. I didn't mean...
You never do. And you never think of the consequences before you start down a path.
There is truth to your words.
And what of us when we leave here? Will you desert me after I sacrifice my standing with my clan to free you?
No, Gru. We will head to Waterdeep and set up a new life on the coast.
A human settlement is unlikely to eagerly accept a fire giant. What would you reduce me to? A great warrior, soon to be a pitiful farmer?
If fighting is what your heart desires, we can escort caravans between cities. No matter what path we choose, freedom has a price.
It is time for us to make ready. Do you have your things?
At your signal, go with the blessing of...
Anim's blessing is all I require.
As you wish. May Anim bless us. Welcome back to a Compendium of Monsters. This week's entry, Fire Giants. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Fire Giants are challenge level 9, huge sized giants. They have an armor class of 18, average hit points of 162, and a speed of 30 feet. This may come as a surprise. Fire Giants are immune to fire damage. Fire Giants have a basic multi-attack that allows for 2 greatsword hits, dealing roughly 56 damage if both attacks hit. If you wish to engage Fire Giants at range, just be aware that Fire Giants can hurl a large boulder capable of splatting the health pool of a squishy caster. Fire Giants who choose to undergo rigorous training can gradually transform themselves into an instrument of war capable of causing massive destruction on the field of battle. The finalized state of their transformation is referred to as a dreadnought. Fire Giant Dreadnoughts are challenge level 14, huge sized giants. They have an armor class of 21, average hit points of 187, and a speed of 30 feet. A Fire Giant Dreadnought has a basic multi-attack where it can make 2 attacks with its fire shields, dealing an average of 36 damage per hit between the bludgeoning, fire, and piercing damage included in the attack. Wow, it's like they couldn't make up their minds what damage they wanted to deal, so they picked 3 and said, f*** it. Like other Fire Giants Dreadnoughts can throw boulders at squishy casters. Fire Giant Dreadnoughts have the shield charge action, allowing them to move 30 feet in a straight line and through the spaces of creatures that are smaller than huge size. Each creature in the Fire Dreadnought's path gets attacked by the Fire Giant Dreadnought's Fire Shield attack, and if hit, must succeed on a strength saving throw to avoid getting pushed for the remainder of the Fire Giant Dreadnought's movement. If the creature fails the strength saving throw by 5 or more, it is knocked prone and takes a lot of bludgeoning damage. The damage from shield charge is much worse if you start your turn prone and the Fire Giant smashes into you. Think Steamroller, but covered in fire. Fire Giants and Fire Giant Dreadnoughts have a variant ability, Siege Monster, allowing them the ability to deal double their normal damage to objects and structures. Fire Giants, like all giants, are ranked in a hierarchical system called the Ordning, which classifies giant kin from the lowest of the low to the pinnacle of giant existence. If you haven't seen my video on the Ordning, there's a link to it in the video description. Go check it out. Fire Giants are often underestimated for their brutish manner and the fact that they don't normally speak a language other than Giant. Despite an intelligence score of 10, which honestly is quite average, Wizards of the Coast alleges Fire Giants are very shrewd tacticians. I disagree. Here's why. Giants have existed for millennia before the Age of Men. They have had millennia battling dragons, other giants, and plenty of other monsters for territory. It's not that Fire Giants are particularly good tacticians, they simply understand what wins and loses battles based on their extensive oral traditions for battles. Think about it. If your people pursued 3 skills, war, forging, and oral tradition for thousands of years, you'd be pretty good at them simply by trying and failing over and over. Fire Giants live in massive fortresses built around or in volcanoes. Sometimes Fire Giants will brave cold environments when living in an outpost, but they hate the cold just as Frost Giants hate the heat. Fire Giants live in areas so hot that the iron used to make their fortress walls often glows orange from that heat. Put this into context, iron glows orange when heated between 1200 degrees and 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Good thing Fire Giants are immune to fire damage. The location of Fire Giants' homes relative to molten rock also helps fuel their furnaces, which burn night and day. Being accomplished smiths, Fire Giants can be seen working on any type of metal project you can imagine, though it's quickly summed up as this. Fire Giants use alloys to make a new impenetrable armor and then devise a weapon to puncture that armor. And repeat. Fire Giants are feudal lords, taking plenty of prisoners from human settlements they conquer. These humans work farms and fields on the outskirts of Fire Giant fortresses. No matter the size of the harvest, almost all of the gains are surrendered to the Fire Giants. Fire Giants occasionally keep slaves that are well versed in arithmetic or writing. The Fire Giants are more focused on maintaining their tradition of experience and insight in their work. Slaves not destined for higher level jobs or working in the fields are sent to the worst possible place, the mines. Managed by the lowest ranking members of the Fire Giant hierarchy, these slaves expire within a few days due to the horrendous conditions. Remember, when you can't feel how hot it gets underground, you're likely to kill a bunch of your squishy, water-based slaves. A poorly ventilated human mine could get upwards of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine how horrifying the conditions must be in a mine dug and maintained by giants. If Fire Giant asked my opinion, which I'll note they're not, these slaves might be better expended growing crops on the surface. At least they might live long enough to produce something worthwhile. Anyways, what do you all think of Fire Giants? Let me know in the comments below. A quick thank you to my patrons. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share this video on your Twitter, Facebook, or other social media, and consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. I'll see you all next time.